With Green, Carl Sutton, John Rowe, Elliot Coombe, Glenn Whitmore, money.
Good afternoon, welcome back to the action. This is going to be our penultimate match of the weekend. This is the semi-final of the three-man comp, which has been ongoing since yesterday afternoon. Run down the teams. On the right-hand side of the table, you've got, oh, that's the wrong names. The names from the last game. But I can tell you, it is
Scott
Gillespie, Aaron Davis, and Jordan Bradley, and they are playing Matt Barcock, Scott Carpenter, and Jake Dylan Newlove. Aaron Davis won the lag, and he is playing Matt Barcock. So strong team, this one, isn't it? With Aaron and Scott in the team.
Yeah, this is one we were speaking about yesterday before it all started, if you remember.
Yeah.
It's no surprise to see him at the latter stages of the three-man. He had a bit of a scare in the last round. He won 5-4 against Carl Sutton's team.
Yeah, I saw that deciding game.
Yeah, it's a lovely black by Scott.
Yeah, very nice.
But Aaron comes up dry off the break.
So just looking across at the other table, you've got Brennan, Ross Dunn, and Dan Chanter in the other semi-final playing Ben Flack, A. Williams, and G. Dixon. Declan's team has just currently gone 1-0 up. So decent chances now for Matt. After that dry break from Aaron. See any problems here, Wade?
Nope.
Hard to, isn't it?
Yeah.
Hard to. I guess the only care that you really need to take are the two reds that are on top of each other. You want to kind of leave an angle where you can pot the inside one of the two and not disturb the other one.
Yeah, I think if he leaves a bit of an angle to the left-hand side of the table as we look now, just to drop on and off the right-hand cushion.
Yeah.
I think we'll see him go up for them now, possibly.
Yeah, I think so. He could just stun across the face of the yellow and kind of leave himself on the line of that chalk mark that you can see. Yeah, he's gone a little wider, which is absolutely fine. It's better to be, as you say, better to be to the left than to the right. If you go to the right, then you're going to be cannoning the red.
Yeah, he'll just punch this through now instead of rolling it. Yep. He's come a little bit further down the table than I think he had wanted to.
Yeah.
He'll still be okay, I'd imagine.
Yeah, I think it's fine.
Anywhere near the blue spot.
Very nice.
Or on the blue spot. See him just drop this through now for the red into the right centre bag, I'd imagine.
The black?
Yeah, the black, sorry. Yeah. It's been a long weekend.
Oh, I know, mate. It's fine. I do it a lot, so don't worry. He's taken these really well. That's a really good, solid start from Matt. Gets his team off to the start that they'd have wanted. They'll know that they need to take the chances against a very strong team. But they're obviously, well, I mean, you mentioned it yesterday that it's probably going to be a case of, three really good, solid players going deep.
Yeah, and as you say, I don't think you get much more solid than Scott Gillespie, Aaron Davies, and Jordan. Jordan's got a good snooker background. I think he's going to win the lag here. Yep, so Jordan wins the lag, so he's going to be breaking off to try and tie it up at 1-0.
So this is Jordan Bradley. He's playing Scott Carpenter.
John Rowe, moving John Rowe.
I was speaking to Aaron just before he started this game, and I think he said in the last game he didn't win a frame.
Oh,
So it just shows you that, you know, one superstar in a team is probably not going to be enough. So what can Jordan do with this break then? Oh, he's good. Yeah. That's a lovely break, that.
really good connection with that.
Yeah, them reds are absolutely beautiful.
Timed it well. The cue ball hitting the front of the pack and rebounding pretty much on the line that it went down the table. And he's rewarded with a really good layout. And the reds look... Oh, it's hard to see how it goes wrong. I think probably the first positional shot is the one that needs the most care. You had a big margin of error to play that into. So now, just check it off the top rail. I think he'll want to take the one that's above the left centre pocket next. You want to get that one off the table, really, don't you? Because it's an awkward one to land on.
Yeah, that's the only tricky one. And then if you can land high on the right to the on the red to the right centre, and just trickle down the middle of the table.
Yeah, he's left a nice natural angle here just to be able to drop this in. Cue ball's going to actually drift back across table.
Yeah, that's fine. I think the red near the black spot goes to the right centre bag, so I think he was okay here. He just doesn't want to land the wrong side though. He wants to just be able to maybe soft screw back towards the black spot. Doesn't want to land top side. He's going the opposite way. Oh, Nick.
Very good.
Good start.
Really impressive. So a reverse dish followed by a breaking dish. And that's the kind of level we're playing at now in this semi-final. Very nice stuff.
So, are we going to see Scott Gillespie up against Jake Newlove now? I think they're the third players for both teams.
Yep. That is the lineup.
If I was going to take a guess, I don't think this one would take very long either.
Goobs against the Butcher.
I've been watching a bit of Jake this weekend. He's been playing really well, Nick.
He's another player that often flies under the radar, isn't he? He's
yeah, and then you see him pop up in the semis and quarters. And
he really is a very, very good player.
I played him in the semi-final of the Flyer on Saturday night. He broke dished, I dry broke, he dished, he broke dished. Cheers.
So Scott Gillespie wins the lag, and obviously the lag is very important. Are you in any way surprised that they lag for every game? Because often in these team events you'll see somebody lag in the first game, and then that kind of sets the precedent. Then it's you kind of have alternate breaks throughout, but it's a lag each time in this, isn't it?
Yeah, I quite like the fact that it's lag each time. It gives each individual player a chance to win the lag, to win the break for themselves, as you say.
Yeah.
At this level, the break, yeah, it's a big advantage.
Oh, it's massive. Yeah, I think if your team win, 80-90% of the lags, then you're going to be favourite. You're going to be favourite for winning the event.
Yeah, and I mean, unless you break like that,
Well,
they've split well, but
there's little you can do about that. He's got a good split, not made a ball.
a couple of problem balls
Yeah.
here. You've got the red and the yellow next to each other on the top cushion.
if he goes yellows, he can go after the one on the top cushion straight away. He's got the angle on the one on the bulk line to stun across into the red. But then he's still. I think it has to be yellows, only simply because there's one other yellow tied up, which is in the middle of the pack. Whereas if you look at reds, there's 2 or 3 which are pretty ugly, aren't they?
Yeah.
So I think he's going to.
I think he can screw this back a couple of inches. Oh, I think he's going for the one on the rail and run into the red.
No, he is. Yeah. Oh,
it's a tough
wow,
shot.
Goodness me.
I think I'd have preferred to pot the yellow first and then play the second shot.
Just
At least
so
then you've got your colour set.
You're on yellows.
Yeah.
I thought he had an angle on the one on the bulk line just to be able to. It looked a fairly natural angle just to stun across. You didn't need to play it with any kind of pace. You could just play it at a gentle weight and just kind of move the red and leave the cue ball there. But everyone sees it slightly differently.
Yeah, and I guess it depends how you're feeling.
Yeah.
You know, you might want to just to get his cue through that. Whereas if you're punching a ball, you can't. It's a bit more jabby.
Yeah.
But he's opened it up and gave Scott the first go at this frame. Right, so he's got one problem ball, the yellow near the black spot in between the 2 reds.
This was the problem with missing. Is he's already solved one of the problems for yellows. Yeah.
To be honest, Nick, looking at it now, I think if you can land on this bottom cushion with the cue ball after he's took away the 3 yellows at the top half of the table, the yellow goes into the top left bag.
Yeah.
So it's not actually as big problem as we thought.
I was going to say he does have an angle. He does have an angle to try and do something with it now. But you're right. Possibly didn't need to. Maybe didn't spot that, because you would think with the 2 yellows at the bottom of the table, it'd be fairly easy to land on. If he lands on it straight into the top corner, you fancy him getting it all the time, don't you?
Yeah.
The thing was about trying to develop it then, it's fairly low percentage, because he really, I mean, moving one of the reds, well, I don't know, maybe now it goes into the bottom right. I don't know if you can see the potting angle past the red. The overhead camera might give us a better look at that.
Yeah.
Well, maybe, I don't know.
I think now he's opened them up a little bit. I'll be taking the yellow into the top right corner as we look now.
Yeah.
And maybe going into it a bit. He's cued that well.
So is he going to go into that little cluster again? I think he's got a good angle. I mean, if he comes into the middle of the cluster and takes the red out of the way, he should leave the shot to bottom right.
Yeah.
It's just whether he wants to move it. I mean, I agree with you. I think land on it, but I just get the feeling
He can land on it now. He can just come between the gap between the red and the yellow there. Yeah. I mean that doesn't matter. He can still play on it now as long as he leaves it straight, so he can screw back.
I mean, you could leave it to last ball.
Last ball, yeah.
To get onto the black.
Yellow to the left corner.
Yep.
Yellow to the right corner. As long as he leaves an angle, just to push it through a couple of inches.
Yep. I mean, it's just a question of how he sees it. I mean, he could take it. He could take the ball on the to the left corner as his last ball, and then pop the black in the right middle. It's just about how he sees it. That's the way he's going to play it.
I think this is the way I'd have played it, because you could play this with an element of safety as well.
Yeah.
You know, if he's going to be screwing onto the centre of the bottom rail, if he did miss it, which I don't think he will, then he'd be leaving a tough shot for Jake.
Yeah.
He's played that nice. So he did try and develop it, but ended up taking it into the top bag anyway. So.
I guess in his mind he was having a free go at developing it, because he knew he was always going to be on another yellow. So I guess he just thought, well, I might as well have a crack at it. If it doesn't come out, I've still got it up into the top corner.
Yeah, I agree. And he had the ball over the top left corner as well, didn't he, as backup? Yeah, nice finish.
Yeah, very nice, and very little that Jake can do about that. His only part to play in that game was the lag.
No, Nick, he missed the first ball, didn't he? To the top left corner.
Of course he did. What am I talking about? Honestly, mate, it's been a long weekend. It's like 4th day of commentary now, and I'm literally getting delirious. You really can't get the staff. That's a great lag by Scott.
I must say, Zach Leonard and team doing a great job dismantling all the tables on the right-hand side of the arena as we look, Nick.
Yes, indeed. They've already got the frame up, the scaffolding, taking down the electrics for all of the lights.
13 tables they've dismantled already. Wow. He's really connected with them well.
That's huge. And where have these reds landed? I mean, look at this.
I think he'll take yellows. If that yellow goes to the left centre. Only because of that red on the left rail as we
Left
look,
rail,
Nick.
yeah.
Yeah, it's a little bit tricky to land.